I had a client who had developed the basic idea behind a television show that became Criminal Minds. He had a partner, and they developed what's called a treatment, where they list out the basic premise of the television show, the main characters, and slight aspects of their personalities. And it was their intent to develop that treatment into what they call a pilot, which is the first episode of a television show. My client's partner desired to write that pilot on his own. My client wanted to be a co-writer, which in the connection with a pilot makes you a co-creator of a show. That's just industry jargon. His partner did not want to have a partner, and they could not resolve their differences. So they decided not to pursue the show at all so that they could maintain their friendship. Months later, my client learned that his former partner went behind his back, had in fact written the pilot to Criminal Minds and had sold it. So what we did is we waited until the show was well into production so that it couldn't be undone and the egg was already scrambled, and we sued, alleging that my client had entered into a joint venture arrangement with his partner to develop the show that became Criminal Minds. What ultimately happened was that the partner denied being in a joint venture relationship, and we had to find written evidence of that. And this was in the days, years ago, before people were keeping good track of their emails. My client was aware of an email that was sent by both of them to prospective producers saying that they had co-created this project, but he had lost that email. And his former partner had lost the email. It was very difficult. This is less lawyering and more about social skills, because these entertainment folk are very busy and they're not necessarily into, doing favors for people outside the industry. They just, for lack of a better phrase, wrapped up in themselves. So we had to do a little bit of schmoozing and a little bit of hand-holding, and eventually we're able to get one of these people to take a busy time out of their day to go pour through their old emails and to find the email that my client had truly lost and his opponent had quote unquote lost. Once we obtained that email, we presented it to the defense. They still sought what was called summary judgment in court, saying that a joint venture must include specific agreements as to how you're going to split the money, what type of bank account you're going to open, how expenses are going to be split, what the name of the joint venture is going to be, all these indicia of a formal joint venture agreement. At first, the judge bought into that. We argued back very strenuously that a joint venture, like any partnership, can be done simply on a handshake, and eventually prevailed with the court, denied the summary judgment, and once that happened, the case was resolved to the parties' mutual satisfaction.